Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some interesting stuff to react to here via social media. I took this screenshot. It says she cut in line and then freaked out when someone said something. What is going on with people? So this is a video from Twitter. Let's see what this is about.
I didn't touch you, man. Well, no one did that. Is this a prank?
Is this a prank?
You're in... I need to leave? I still got, okay. She threw some of my stuff. Hell if I know. I'm so sorry. She wasn't sorry when she cut in line and screamed to make it. Oh, I just asked her if she saw anyone in line. That's an adult.
Listen, did you hear him at the end? He was like, that's an adult? Like, oh man, but that woman, she had some sort of little backpack on from somewhere, and I think she's just having a complete temper tantrum. She tries to cut someone in line, and then the dude's like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I was raped by a man. I can't stand it. These people have mental problems, folks. It really is sad. We've got this question. You meet your 14-year-old self. This is from Reddit. But you can only tell them 4 words. What would you say and why? Buy Bitcoin right now. That's what I would tell my 14-year-old self. But no, that is a very interesting question. With only 4 words, you really can't get deep into the actual meaning of life because we're all idiots at the age of 14. We're all idiots at the age of 16, 18, whatever. You really can't do a philosophy lesson to your younger self, you know, to get yourself to focus on things that are actually important. But what you can do is you can become financially more wealthy. I don't know how much Bitcoin was worth when I was 14. It might have been $900. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I would say, listen, you're 14 years old, you get a little job under the table, buy as many Bitcoins as possible, or actually probably another crypto. I'd have to actually research it because there have been cryptocurrencies that just because they're worth so much less than Bitcoin, they go up way more in terms of the overall percent. Because if something is worth 1 cent and it goes up to $20, that's technically a bigger jump than going from 1,000 to like 30,000 because it's just so much smaller. You can buy a lot more of it. But yeah, I would say if I could tell myself, of my 14-year-old self, something in 4 words, buy Bitcoin right now. That's what I would say. We've got this from this Twitter account, Males of Reddit. Oh, what is this? It says, a week in the life of what the heck? So that's the Reddit person's username. Looks like they're buying a skirt, notices the skirt is too short, immediately wears it in the girl's restroom. So what is going on here? This is M to F. I believe that's male to female. They had some chart, or I don't know what this was that I saw on Reddit, and they were like, they've got like 50 transgender subreddits. They're all over the place. I think this is one of the more popular ones, M to F. So transitioning from a male to a female, I guess. And this person says, guys, you would think, when I read stuff like this, I think it's fake. I think it's someone trolling. This is not a real person, but let's keep an open mind. It says, OMG, OMG, just got a skirt from Amazon. So they're doing some online shopping. They ordered it off of Amazon. A couple days ago, as soon as my parents told me I'd be home alone today, the first thing I did was order a skirt and a blouse. The blouse was all right. It was a bit tight, but the skirt. I only have 3 words to describe the feeling of it arriving. Skirt go spinny. With a smile. Again, we don't know. This is a grown-up, folks. Skirt go spinny. I filmed myself doing the spinny, but I severely underestimated how small the skirt was. And well, it's not safe for work to put it nicely. Anyways, today's one of the happiest days of my life. I'm feeling high. Edit number 1, 30 minutes after I got the skirt, and wow, it just feels like all my stresses have melted. It feels like this is an ad for a transgender skirt. And then she says, they say, I love being a woman. It's been 24 hours since I posted this. I feel more motivated to have good hygiene now that I have some girls' clothes to wear. And so you take a look at the photo featuring my girl cock. So apparently they bought a skirt that was small, and see guys, this is what's wrong with radical acceptance in this country. It really is. It's something I call, it's like anything that when someone says they want to be something, it's like, you can't push back against that and say, maybe this is a little ridiculous. Maybe you're wasting your life trying to do this. It's immediately, you have to accept it or you're a bigot. And you get things like this. You get this individual who buys a skirt and has their penis hanging out of it and posts on Reddit in an you could say trans gone wild. That's what the Reddit page is. And it's not me against trans people. I know there are trans people. There's been trans people forever. The issue is we're going to start seeing the numbers, especially the smaller kids that are becoming the transgender, the male to female, the female to male. How many of those kids have been affected by the environment we currently have, where it's basically not only is it welcomed, it's pushed by some of these people to be trans. There's going to be a major rise in trans people. I know some people will say that's because we're more accepting, and I understand that. But still, you see stuff like this, and folks, like I always say, we're human beings. When we see something like this, there's issues here. There's problems. It's like, if you come and tell me and you're like, I want to cut my penis off, I'm going to assume you have a mental illness. I'm sorry. So that's just that situation. And then we've got this. So this is a meme from a video I did with another trans person with massive boobs, just completely fake boobs with massive nipples. That was a teacher. That was a high school teacher. And it's just, at some point, it's like the school district should tell this person, this is not appropriate. I mean, what is the next step? Is it having no clothes on? And then if you tell someone they have to put clothes on, are they going to be offended by you saying that? Like, there has to be some level of, understanding that there are certain things you cannot do, like the fake tits are like, they weigh more than they weigh like 100 pounds, these things. But that was another video I did, and they say 197, which I guess is some type of subreddit, unironically posting unedited Nazi propaganda rule. And then it says trigger warning, bigotry, and you can see the little cartoon, those spaghetti straps are too distracting for class, obviously comparing it to, a girl and the dress code that they face compared to. I mean, that's just not acceptable. I know Reddit is very left. They love socialism. That's great, whatever. Actually, that's not great. Socialism is a horrible concept that completely stunts economic growth, but you have to go, when you're on Reddit, you realize these people are just alt-left. It's ridiculous. And here they are. They're saying this is bigotry. No, at some point you have to tell these people it's not playtime. You can't show up to school with 2-inch nipples poking through your undershirt with fake boobs. It's not appropriate. These are 15, 16-year-old kids you're teaching. There's a responsibility, folks. But no, if you say that, you're a bigot. Next, we've got the lockdowns were wrong. So I just saw this, and it just sums up Reddit perfectly. And I don't want to go on a tangent about this because I don't want them censoring my videos or anything like that. So it says the lockdowns were wrong. And then the person under it, of course, that has 50 downvotes. It's at negative 50. And then it says, we never had lockdowns. I'm guessing they mean in Canada. So they're saying they never locked down in Canada. Isn't that amazing? And then, of course, saying the lockdowns were wrong, we had the whole Florida versus California thing. DeSantis, not locking anything down, keeping everything open. You've got Gavin Newsom locking things down. And, of course, We know how that turned out. Basically, Florida and California, very similar death rates, while, of course, DeSantis kept a lot of the establishments above water. Newsom goes full Nazi, shuts everything down for the general public safety, and all the small businesses die. But nobody cares about that. No, nobody. It's for safety. It's for safety, even though, most of the population has less than a 1% chance of dying from the disease anyways. Unbelievable. We've got this. Should I tell my husband that I found out my biggest supporter on OnlyFans is his brother? So there's a lot of dynamics at play. I love giving out relationship advice and things like that. Number one, I don't understand the dudes, and maybe this is me being sexist. It's not 21st century. You should let a girl do what she wants. I have no issues with women going on OnlyFans, selling pictures of their pussies. My problem, if I'm dating you, you can't do that. What's the point of dating? The idea of dating is to have an intimate relationship with your girl or, whoever it is, your guy, whatever. But like in this case, if I want to date a girl and she's selling, photos of her pussy to middle-aged dudes, that's an issue to me. That's like, what's the point of even dating if we're supposed to be intimate with each other? So that would be my first issue, the whole OnlyFans thing. It's definitely, some guys are okay with it. They're fine with girls. I mean, it is a side hustle, certainly. Women realize if you're pretty, you can definitely make money just selling pictures of yourself. Now, OnlyFans, a lot of girls have said this. They say it's very saturated. It's very hard. Same thing with like selling feet pics and stuff like that. It seems easy because you're only looking at the top 1% when actually if you're a girl, even if you're pretty, you're competing with so many other girls. It is a little bit challenging. But if you can find an audience, I mean, you're taking photos of yourself and you're making, these girls are making, $20,000, $30,000 a month on the low end. Obviously, some of them are making $1 million. I would say you don't tell them. It would just complicate things. I don't know the family dynamics, but it doesn't seem like a situation where, I don't know how much the brother is involved in their relationship. Is this a brother that goes to a lot of family events? It could get a little hairy there. But right now, I would say, listen, I'm doing my job. You could say, I don't even know that he's subscribed. I didn't even know it. You could deny it even if your boyfriend, or is it the boyfriend? Oh, it's a husband. You can deny it even if your husband finds out. Be like, listen, I don't know who subscribed to me. I'm doing my job. I'm taking pictures of my boobs and whatever. I don't know, masturbating and putting out the videos. I don't know my subscribers. I would say don't tell them. But I don't know the family dynamics. It could get hairy. But in a general sense, don't tell them. I want to break up with my boyfriend because he is jealous of my cats and does not like them. So if you want to break up with your boyfriend because of cats, you clearly don't care about him enough to, warrant. I mean, it seems like you're just wasting each other's time if you are going to break up with him over your cats. It seems like you really don't like him that much, because if you really liked him, a little bit more to the point, there'd be you could kind of work that out. But it looks like, I don't know if she's spending too much time with her cats, if she's trying to break up with her boyfriend because he's jealous of the time she spends with them. She probably really doesn't like him a lot in the first place. So I would say you should probably move on and find a guy you have stronger feelings for. But again, I don't know what she wants. Does she want to try and marry someone? Who knows, guys? That's one thing with all these things. You got to take them kind of at face value. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.